My name is Peter Rosenberg. This is Hot 97. Shouts to Lady London, who was in the building, and now my guy Theravada is in here.
Kicking in the crowd.
Okay,
Hello.
no
Good
need
evening.
for that. Calm down over the mic. Sorry, Theravada. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Yo, where are you from originally?
I'm from Long Island.
Where
but,
on Long Island?
Belmore.
Okay.
But my roots are in Queens.
All right.
A lot of my relatives out from Queens. My main collaborator, Rob Chambers, was my cousin. He's from Queens. Yeah.
So, am I wrong for thinking I saw like a video of yours at some point with you in the streets of Queens? Could that be true?
That was probably the Lower East Side.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. It was a video of me rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the Lower East Side.
Right around the first time, whenever I first played Rubber Band Man, was that
Okay.
that time? Did you put a visual for that or no?
No.
Okay. Anyways, for those who are not familiar, though, Theravada, producer, MC, collaborator with a lot of the dope artists of today. How did you first start getting into this MC thing?
Well,
I guess
really,
and the production thing.
I accredit it to this man who's actually sitting next to me right here, Marlo Demore. He's one of the first people around me from a young age that I was around rapping. And then Rob Chambers was making beats. We were in high school. He was making beats. And then after that, one thing led to another. I started making beats later. I was like 23, 24 years old when I started making beats. I'm 30 now. So I was just around it, you know? I was around people that were doing it. I started DJing. I was like making flyers and stuff. I was a little better at graphic arts and more of the technical aspect. I used to do videos and stuff. I was good with cameras in high school. So started there and then started making music after I had a knack for it. I had a passion for it, you know?
And did you more naturally gravitate? Was the rapping part easier for you, or was the production part easier for you?
I picked up rapping a little more naturally, but I was DJing before that.
Okay.
So I was hands-on with stuff. I learned how to DJ with a vinyl setup initially.
All right. Who hooked you up with that? Huh?
One of my homies from Queens, who's still DJing now, I believe. But yeah, I was just around it. You know, I was fortunate to have friends. I was a basketball player in high school. You know, I grew up playing basketball, and then I was fortunate enough to know enough people to at least show me things. Like I have a friend who collected equipment, so I bought my first samplers off of him. Like I didn't have to risk it off of eBay or anything like that. Like I was actually able to get it.
What was the
directly
first piece
from
of
him.
equipment?
I got an SP404, and then I got a 303. No, I got a 202. So I got a 404 first, then I got a 202, and then I got a 303, and then I got an MPC 2000 XL.
And now, just recently, speaking of which, you also just placed a record on the Earl Sweatshirt project.
Yeah.
That many people have thought was an Alchemist production.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at that. I was just telling Al the other day, I'm not mad at that. And he was like, yeah, you shouldn't. That's cool.
I was going to say, if anyone confuses you with an Alchemist beat, that's probably something that you want.
Yeah,
and
probably,
eventually they'll get to the credits and figure it out.
Yeah, that's cool. But for
you,
the time being, it's all right.
Listen, let me put it this way. People could compare you to a lot worse people, you know?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When someone confuses you with one of the all-time greats, that means you're doing something the right way.
It must be, yeah.
So how did you start putting out music initially? How did people start getting familiar with Theravada's music?
SoundCloud. I was uploading videos of me making beats on Instagram. That was popping off at one point. Like the hashtag for like the sampler you were using at the time would have really done you service like
really
8 years ago. Yeah. Like I used to put a beats hashtag SP404 and I would like get followers off of that.
Really?
Yeah,
Of people who were searching for the specific beat machine videos.
Yeah.
Wow, that is
absolutely. I still got followers off the strength of that. Like
That's
these
crazy.
are some of the people that they buy my tapes, they buy my vinyl.
Yeah, this makes me feel like I'm such a jackass for never hashtagging anything on my Instagram videos.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if hashtags gonna help you out now, but yeah.
I always see like, you know, those people who post and they have like 800 hashtags. That's like my dad.
Nonsense.
When my dad was on Instagram, my dad would hashtag everything. I was like, Dad, I don't think you can hashtag every single thing. Yo, here's what I want to do. Mike, you got some Theravada music over there in the stash? Let's play a few joints from Theravada. You got that Rubber Band Man? Let's play that. That's the first joint I ever played from Theravada. Let's play that, and then we'll get to some newer stuff as well. Theravada is in the building. Long Island, stand up. It's real late on Hot 97. My name is Peter Rosenberg.
Funk Soul Brother.
Real late. Real late, Hot 97. My name is Peter Rosenberg. Hit me on the Twitter or Instagram at Rosenberg Radio. Theravada is in the building.
Yes.
Now listen, Mark was just please. I understand. Mark was just telling me, by the way, you recently this sucks, is I don't want to bring up something unhappy.
Nah,
but
you got to do it. You got to do it. It's kind of cool because this is how I get to break the news.
You recently lost a laptop,
I lost my laptop. I lost both my hard drives. I lost my Minolta point and shoot. I lost my vintage Apple mouse pad. You know, I'm really sad about all the stickers that were on the laptop because not only the collection of music that just feels like just me logged for the past decade, damn near, all the stickers was like
your life.
Progressively, all the people I met and all the connections I made and all the stickers I made, even, and just like, I don't know.
So how did it happen? How did you lose everything?
I was just being foolish and also incredibly unlucky. You know, I left my bag down for like 3 minutes. I walked away. A fan wanted to take a picture with me. I was at the Earl Sweatshirt pop-up. And it was like after all the fans had left. Because even at first, people were like, oh, one of the fans took it. I'm like, no, bro. Like, I was dumb. I put my bag down and like.
It's New York. Like.
Yeah, it's New York. But also, like, how many times you left your bag somewhere, anything somewhere for like 10 minutes, and you're like, oh, and it's good. Like, I just, in those 3 minutes.
That's crazy. That literally just happened to my barber. He was on the train. Same thing happened. It was left it for a minute. It was like, oh my God, I left my bag. Called the people. They checked at the next stop. Gone. Like, camera, all his stuff.
For all the times I've ever left my thing somewhere and went back and it's still there, someone was like, yeah, I saw you leave this. I got it for you. Like, this was the one time.
So how much music are we talking about you lost?
Oh, everything.
How many unfinished records are we talking about, though? Like,
I mean, I got a lot on my phone, so good thing that my phone broke over the summer and I had to get a new phone that I didn't want to, but now I at least have a bunch of stuff logged on my phone. But, you know, I'm working on a project with Young Morpheus, which is thankfully already in process of being pressed on vinyl. I have an album with Starker that's also in process of being pressed on vinyl. So that's all done, mixed and mastered, ready to go. I'm working on something with Monday Night. I'm sure you're familiar, correct?
No, I'm not familiar with Monday Night.
One of the homies from Richmond. Like,
wow.
He's not Mutant Academy. He's from Scheme Team.
Okay.
Like adjacent
to Mutant Academy? Okay.
So homies, it's Richmond. But me and him, we're working on something. He's got all the music on his laptop, so we're good on that. I got some stuff with Nicholas F. Me and Marlo's project, we was working on that, but we lost the stems for that. Me and Fly Anakin project, lost the stems for that. Still got all the joints for that. So I still got a bunch of my beats, so we still have.
It sounds like you're taking it in stride.
I'm trying to, because I was not this positive about it at every other moment. You know?
All right. Because at first, it's a really losing art in that way is emotionally incredibly draining.
Yeah.
It's a really and I can't relate to it on this level, of course, but I've lost an interview before where it's like we did an hour with we once did like an hour and a half with De La Soul. And then it was gone, crazy. And we never found it. And you recreate it, it's never the same. You're like, this was not what we originally did. So, anyways, I feel for you. I'm glad you're able to get a hold of a lot of it.
It's moments you can't recreate, and a lot of I stressed it. It's like it's not even the music that I wanted to put out. It's all the stuff in between that just like
the little stuff.
It's me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was in touch with myself. I was home no matter what. If I was in front of my laptop, I'm sure everyone who makes music can relate.
Right.
But I don't just do music. You know, I do graphic art and videos and all that stuff.
So it's all this stuff.
Everything.
And your hard drives were in there too?
Yep. Don't keep both your hard drives in the same bag, guys. Learn from me.
There you go. Big lesson from Theravada. Well, listen, you'll everything. It sounds corny, but in these situations, you have to remember things do happen for a reason.
Absolutely.
Eventually, it will all work back around. So, musically, who was influential to you growing up? Like, in some ways, when I hear you rap, there's something familiar about you. I don't know exactly what it is, though. Where do you cite your influences?
Well, where would you pinpoint it first? I'm sorry, I gotta flip it on you. If you had to pick something.
Okay, the first thing that you ever did that was familiar, of course, was the ad libs on Rubber Band Man. Is you're saying don't you start out saying check it out now?
Right. Yeah. What is that even from?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's originally from Lord Finesse.
Right. Yeah,
Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother.
Right. Yeah.
Now
exactly.
people know it as the commercial version.
Exactly.
The dance record. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now. But you don't do it like that. You do it the way. It reminded me for me.
Fatboy Slim, right?
It turned into the Fatboy Slim record. But when
it's originally Lord Finesse, correct?
It's Lord Finesse, and you reminded me though of it. You know what that record reminds me of? That record reminds me of a Quasimodo record.
Oh, wow.
It feels like a Madlib Quasimodo record. to me.
Really?
It's short. It's weird. It's a familiar sample. I don't know where I know this sample from. Maybe it is Madlib. But either way, I don't know. But where do you think you get your?
Well, shout out to DMH on the beat. That's the homie. I mean, yeah, Quasimodo for real is really one of the main, like, Madlib is
Really?
definitely,
Okay.
yeah, Madlib is definitely one of the main influences. He's one of the people that made me want to even mess with an MPC to begin with. He was one of the people that just made me say, how? You know, how is he doing that?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then, you know, when I was younger, Timbaland was one of the first people that I, like, understood as a young person. Like, oh, he'd be in the studio making the beats, the videos of him and Jay-Z from, like, 2001 or whatever. I don't know. I was young listening to Nas. I was a big Nas fan. I was heavy on Tribe. Beats, Rhymes with Life, my favorite Tribe album.
That's a.
You know, so the Dilla influence on that Tribe album. I wasn't even the biggest Dilla fan, for real. I was always just bigger on Madlib. Like, not that I wasn't a Dilla fan. I just wasn't, like, as much of, like, a Dilla. I wasn't, like, a Dilla stan like everyone else. I loved
fascinating.
I loved the Dilla song just like anyone else. And
I hear you.
Super appreciate it.
But it's fascinating that you're not a Dilla stan, but Beats, Rhymes, and Life is your favorite Tribe album.
Right.
Because almost no one says that Beats, Rhymes, and Life is their favorite Tribe album.
Right.
It's a very uncommon. That and Love Movement, you don't generally get.
Right.
So that's interesting that you love it.
I mean, the mark he made is almost like, I don't want to say you take it for granted, but it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
It's almost like what Madlib did to me was that much more specific.
Got it.
You
And
know,
those are the
yeah.
two, most probably the dudes who shaped this thing
Absolutely.
the most.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially for this sort of street level stuff. Yo, you want to Mike Meadham, you got that beat that we got for Theravada? Theravada's here. It's real late, Hot 97. My name's Peter Rosenberg. It's a Sunday night in New York. It's freezing.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's real outside.
We got layers on. We're well equipped. Yeah. It's 2000. Yo. It's just the way that I'm programmed. Emphasis on the slogan, a logo. Get you rolled on for low balling. Call it how I see it, knowing that your face card open. Breath smelling like smoke, tokenize how my voice is spoken. Somebody go and talk to they broker. Seems rather impotent. Had to switch my style. Lift up the quotient, just enough space for an exponent. The status quo is meant to be broken. Whether I'm half asleep, no, I'm never seen loafing. My options is not so vacant, way less frequent. Wanna honor your feature. The gavel strike, the verdict is the ultimate teacher. Feelings always getting hurt when you making it work. It's way more to it now than just selling some merch. Make plays, say grace for real, give it some days. Y'all be trying to save face for not saying enough. Just a phrase with an action like a bum with a cup. Lazy eye, keep me focused, how ironic that I'm not anemic. Uptown haze in my black and mild. But F Nike, I just cop Adidas. Forget Adidas, I hate copping sneakers. They ruined everything I ever wanted. But I still freaked it. There's some snakes all over. What's it take to get a great quota? I came back ill with it still like Grant Hill. They still hit me with the rocky shoulder. We hit the stead to get grass for the lower. I'm well connected like a plot-driven novel. The plot thickened like your shorty mother. Chicken broccoli with the soda. Ever since then he been on fast forward with the phases like Passover. Go with dome phone posit. This ain't no Fashion Nova. Handcrafted. 2X on my chest like Casanova. Bubbling like tapioca. Still drink Henny cause it keep me sober. Cover bases like I'm Zenny Lofton. Had to drop a check on brakes and rotors. Stay with a razor like it's Motorola. Stay with a laser like I'm Terminator. I'm really Sony, F Tommy Mottola. My favorite rapper really Tony Yayo. So what, my favorite show is The Sopranos. I seen some things you really couldn't fathom, and maybe that's why some things click, and I can never find the words to make y'all see the same Yo, the plane taxi, this my last year evading taxes. My shape, my face just cause it's been a decade. The state of grace come in waves of action. I like Umaras cause they give me traction. Yo, I hold the mic like I'm Duke Tango. How right for my life to be in shambles. It takes a lot to handle, a cute example. You got some shine, but it doesn't quite leave them blind. Like this little light of mine, clear the line. Breaker 19. I'm really cracking like this is a Vlasic. Wouldn't let Vlad ask me paper or plastic. Nothing kills a classic. The wagon park, it is Jurassic. Whole career based off schemes and tactics. No recourse for a falsified action. Can't believe Lance Armstrong was capping. I'm a whole franchise like Steve Francis. At least I know the stone is set like the patch on the pocket. I'm getting tired of the coach cabin. I'm getting tired of the coach bag. I got tired of trying to coach fools. Real jewels like OC interviews are like Allen Iverson, ramen and Pro Tools. I know you see it. I still play the locks every night. Get right, they hiding in the dark side. Hydrogen peroxide. How else I'ma keep opening my eyes? Gotta hit the locks right. I took myself for a ride. Felt the shift in the tide. Powerful moments over simple lunches. I felt haste, turned it into better taste. Bulk orders all in faith of the slogan. I caught a hunch like Hulk Hogan, please believe me, brother. It had me smiling no matter who I saw like Stevie Wonder. Big numbers, touching big paper, I was still a runner. I seen it happen every summer. Friends turned to lovers, lovers turned to just another. I'm bringing home a baby, bumblebee like a buzzard. I found a function in a cupboard, the slumlord trying to act hard. I kept my car in the front yard. I want a large house with a dog house in my backyard. And all my dogs' houses got backyards. Life is but a bitter sequel. My right to it should not be illegal. It is lethal. 9 pounds, 1 ounce through the ether. Woke up to find it locked just as I remembered. 1991, that night of September. We not racing to the polls. I seen the keys in my dreams. I kick back where the breeze at with my sleeves still rolled. It get cold, we still stick to the code. The church collapsed, this that relapse, 700 degrees rap. I never rock felines, I wish I had the Deodoras. In fact, you want my words, you know I need that. Nothing less than a G flat, the weed better when the bag re-rock. I3 on my Reebok.
Theravada, ladies and gentlemen, Long Island, stand up. It's real late on Hot 97. My name is Peter Rosenberg. Yo, Theravada, there were some gems in there, some subtlety. The Allen Iverson Jules reference,
like that.
That is very specific.
Oh, yeah.
Very specific.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't let Vlad ask me paper or plastic was one of the slickest bars of all time that I deeply appreciate, by the way, and agree with you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Bro,
that.
thank you for being here, man.
No doubt. Thank you.
Yo, his name is Theravada. On IG, it's THER.
THRVD.
THRVD.
It's not third. It's not the Ravada. It's Theravada.
There
Thank
you
you.
go. THRVD. Mike Medium's on the turntables. We're going to 2 a.m. It's Hot 97.